Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be talking about what you do when you are served with a lawsuit. Um, it's so scary, and I totally understand how it feels because, um, so I don't know if you saw my other videos, but I had a lawsuit given to me during the pandemic. So basically, I had a yoga studio in San Francisco. So most of this information I will be telling you is based from San Francisco law. I'm not a lawyer. I'm just a person that had experience in this system, in the law, and all this stuff, unfortunately. But I was, so during the pandemic, we were shut down, and one of the city new laws were that we could get out of the lease if we fit a certain criteria. So my lease, I think, from what I remember, was like 5 years long, and we were shut down for almost a year. And I realized like there's just no way that I'm going to come back profitable or able to pay all this debt that I have accrued during the pandemic. And so I decided to cancel the lease. So I told our landlord to cancel the lease. And in return, he got really upset and he hired lawyers, and then he sued me for the entirety of the lease. Even though I followed the city ordinance for storefront commercial real estate ordinance. So that kind of sucked. And didn't know, I didn't even know that he was going to do that. He didn't talk about it. There's plenty of times where I told him my situation and he just wasn't having it. He just wanted to get paid, which is totally understandable because he probably has a mortgage or something that he also has to pay. So he filed a lawsuit, and the way for the lawsuit to actually be effective or start is that the other person has to be served a lawsuit. So what happened with me was he pretended like someone was going to see the space, and he wanted me to be there to open the door so he can show and lease the space. Okay, I was very naive and I was like, okay. So I go there, and then some random lawyer showed up and served me the paper. Or I don't even know if it was a lawyer. It was probably one of those processing people that served me the papers. I like freaked out because I've never been given a lawsuit, and I don't have much like legal issues, and I didn't know what to do. So let's see, what ended up happening was I couldn't afford a lawyer because obviously I wasn't paying commercial real estate rent, and I also was behind in my personal rent. So I didn't have money for a lawyer, but they give you 30 days, and I to me that 30 days is so quick. So once you get the lawsuit, you have to respond in 30 days. And 30 days to me, some people may think, "Oh, that's a lot of time," but for me that I felt like, oh, that's like a lot to process and a new process that I'm going through, and it's a pandemic and I am already stressed out about my bills. I need longer time. And I also didn't have money for a lawyer. So some of the tips I want to share with you is that when you get served with the lawsuit, A, give yourself like 15 minutes to panic, and then figure out what you're going to do next. What is awesome about the San Francisco court system is that you can file a waiver for the fees. Okay, so a waiver for the fees to file any form. So for him, since my landlord was suing me, it costs like 450 for him to file that lawsuit. Okay, so you have to pay money if you want to sue somebody. And then for me, I had to answer back or do something in response to the lawsuit, or he would have got a default win. So I went online, and if you need help with this, I can link you to all the forms, and I can also give you an example of all the stuff that I did. I went online, got the form to waive the fees, And then I replied back to the lawsuit as soon as I could because I needed more time to find a lawyer, to find some help, to find some money to pay a lawyer or find a pro bono lawyer or something like that. But I knew that I needed more time to process all of that. So what I did was I filed the court waiver fee and then I filed a paper to waive. I'm sorry, I filed a paper to answer back the lawsuit. So that would extend more time for me to figure out what I was going to do. So I wrote the answer by myself. So if you need help on writing the answer by yourself, and it doesn't have to be grammatically correct, it doesn't have to be um, super fancy. It's literally, I have my thing right here. It's literally one page that you can print out on on your printer, and then you file it with the fee waiver form. So it'll cost you zero. I went in person because I wanted to make sure that it came to the right place and that it was processed and then it was uploaded. And then once you file that, there is a website, and I'm sure there's many websites for all types of cases on many states where you go into your case inquiry. I'm only looking over here to see my notes. You go into case query and then you make sure that it was filed and scanned into the system. Okay, the next thing you have to do is you also have to certify mail that to the plaintiff, which is the person that sues you. So you send one to the courthouse, and then you send one to the person that's suing you. If you need any emotional support or you want like a copy of what I filed or just like a template of what you're supposed to do or what I wrote in there, feel free to email me. I also have, I'm not a lawyer, but I just give you practical information that helps you get through the process. And you know, when you do business, of course, you're going to run into these type of issues. Any business that has no issues, it's probably not even a business. So don't feel bad, and you'll get through this. Don't panic, and yeah, you can find consultation link on my website at nganphamyoga.com. Anyways, that's it.